Hey everyone, it's Nick and Nikki from Nick's Crossing, and today we're in Baltimore City at the B&ORR Museum. So I'm going to give you guys a look and show you what we're going to do today. Alright guys, so we just got here and there's this awesome GP unit in the parking lot, and her and I are going to walk the yard and then get in line to go inside the Roundhouse, which is right here at the Mount Clare station. The GP40, it's in much better shape. I'm starting to wonder if they just repainted this side because it faces the museum, but it's awesome, gorgeous blue paint. And something cool to note, if you guys ever see these on air tanks, these pre-drilled holes, these are actually sacrificial, because what will happen is that water will accumulate in the air tank from condensation, and these are meant to blow first from the inside out if they were to rust first, rather than having like a catastrophic fail through the air tank. You can also let the water out through these ports here. But yeah, it's just really cool. They showed me that at the Pennsy Railroad Museum in Strasbourg. So we're gonna walk up this other side, and then here's the bell. She gets mad at me if I ring the bell, but
Don't do it.
just a classic sound right there. And it's a GP40 front. Wow. So yeah, I actually parked right behind this thing. Unfortunately, this side's kind of busted up. I guess it gets more sun than the other side. Wow. And on my left, there's it says DS20E switcher unit there. You can actually come here for free to walk the yard. You don't have to pay anything. Just park in the parking lot here in Baltimore City. And you can walk this yard for free. It is gated. And to go inside the museum, right now it's $25, which isn't too bad, but it's expensive enough. And it is freezing outside. Yeah, that's another way to tour it with without freezing your hands off. Wow, look at this.
It's old.
Yeah, it's diesel powered. There's a stack up there. Wow. I wonder if it was converted, because a lot of these used to be steam powered. Could have been converted over.
How big the frickin'...
Yeah, it's huge. It's probably meant to lift up trains and stuff if it were to derail.
Most likely.
And then usually they have, yeah, these guys would come out. The stabilizers would come out. It's like a hydraulic post. And they would come out all the way, probably like 6 to 10 feet. On all the sides, they could lift it up. I mean, you got like inch thick cables, 1.5 inch thick cable. That's amazing.
It's dangerous is what it is.
Yeah, one of these brakes are getting sliced in half. No doubt about it. But yeah, it's cool. They have these old trucks just sitting here. Old hot box style. Yeah, you can't get on. It's got these.
I guess it makes sense how they have it set up there, showing you if it was to pick it up, how the folks would lift in a way.
Yeah. It's like set up. It's almost set up like a Lionel train set. Because they actually have a car like this for Lionel. Same color scheme too. So I wonder if they got the idea from the B&O. Yeah, I love this. That artwork is amazing. I would actually try to find one of these cars. That's beautiful. I don't know what these box cars are for. They almost look like refrigerator. Yeah, they're pretty cool. As we walked around, I'm actually going to talk about the auto loader and stuff once people move out of the way. In front of me is another GP unit, and then classic red B&O passenger car. And then in front of me is actually a Streamline, classic B&O passenger car there. Yeah, and then it goes on to the C&O cars, chassis system, Chesapeake and Ohio. Wow, this is an SD35, not a GP, SD35. There's another front. That's funny, I actually did a video.
CRC on the side.
Where? What's that mean?
I don't know, but like...
Central, ATSF, some other stuff on there. That's kind of funny. But yeah, here's a classic B&O logo there. Well, this isn't too old because it's an SD and it's got the 6 truck. But I actually just repaired one of these on the Lionel collection, or an SD unit. Look at those. But yeah, I almost feel like with this logo they kind of gave up because they stopped doing the Capital logo or the Roundhouse logo at the front. Wow. You gotta look at the top of the roof of that one. Yeah, it's like this is missing. No, that's crazy. They put a wood shim in here to hold up this truck.
It's on both sides.
Yeah. And you know what? This is wood too. This bunk here is made of wood. So I guess it gave a softer ride. But this appears to be a motorized car. Or they're taking the power from the truck. Let me show you guys up close. I've always wondered this. So there's some type of conversion here off this truck. And it looks like it's being converted from a drive shaft down to maybe a compressor. This might be a dining car. And the compressor would power their refrigeration units. Or it's a powered car. That could be a DC or AC motor. So I'm not exactly sure. But I haven't seen this before. That's really cool. Let's see what else is down here on this car. Yeah, just seeing all this stuff here. This might have been a dining car. There's a seat there.
Those are seats too.
Yeah, so it might have been a
They're kind of
motorized.
spaced out, so maybe.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure, but there's another belt. Look at that. So it's another belt powering something off of this truck. So maybe it was a powered car, self-propelled like a doodlebug. But there's also a hookup there for electric. And you have something here as well. But this almost looks like a radiator or some type of cooling system. That's just interesting. And there's a closer look at the C&O passenger cars. Wow. Now this car actually looks motorized here as well. This is a B&O. They even made it here. Look at that oil date, 12/6, what, 91 on there? Wow.
This thing is definitely seen up close.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, this is probably for a refrigerator unit here, or maybe a generator of some type. Yeah, that's if you guys can hear the train in the background, that's actually a live CSX line that hooks up to the B&O. They call it like the mile long. Yeah, Mile Line Express. Today it's like the Rudolph Express or Reindeer Express. That is a baggage car. Actually, we'll get to that in a second. This is definitely a powered car, and this is a very traditional car of the B&O. This is like a doodlebug or a transit.
Very pretty.
Yeah, actually I have
Looks
one of
like
these.
it's in really good shape.
Yeah, it's that aluminum or stainless steel.
Except for the thing that's
Yeah, it's just some type of exhaust. But I do know these are powered because there's either a fuel tank or an air tank under there. And it looks like the drive shafts are missing. That's what would have gone down there. Actually, this whole thing's missing something here. Maybe the engine. Yeah, these are awesome. It's called a speed liner. Wow. It's like a combo. I guess it's like a combo car.
maybe.
It's got like a luggage door or cargo, and then passenger down there. Just a look at the front. Well, actually, was there a front sticker on here? I thought I saw a front sticker. So yeah, there's a cab right there, number 1961. Give you guys a look at this. Gorgeous. I mean, that's awesome. And then she pointed out a baggage car, a chassis baggage car here. It's weird, like we're the only people walking around the yard, everyone else is inside.
They're in a hurry to go see Santa.
Yeah, Santa's here.
Little kid.
The sign, and Nikki just read it. So Eisenhower was carried in this to his final destination. That's interesting. And there's the CNO logo there for progress. Super cool. Then here's the actual Freedom train. American Freedom, #1. Look at that. Now I'm actually surprised they haven't restored this engine or have it for excursion use. I mean, it's really sad. I'm not exactly sure of the history, but I know this engine does have a lot of history related to it. You can actually walk between them for a little bit. I won't get in trouble. Wow.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't restore it either, but maybe it's a money thing.
Definitely, and money is definitely short. Yeah. We're actually near the hospital down here. Wow. I don't think a lot of people walk between these engines like this, but I wanted to see the tender because I know it has a cool design. Look at that, it's got the seal, United States seal on it. And Freedom Train. Wow. Man, I really wish they repaired this engine. It's so sad. Here's actually the passenger car we passed by on the other side. And then there's another B&O passenger car there. But here's the rear of the locomotive. And on the right is actually another, looks like an Alco engine. And behind me is definitely an Alco. This is a Western Maryland Alco 1600 horsepower DS23. Get a cool look at that. Now this engine I have seen run before on YouTube. And they used to run it as an excursion train right where the NCR Railroad is, right where I did my other couple videos on that, where they just run the GP9s or GP10s now. But yeah, here's the rear of the tender. It's all roached out. And we're just gonna walk. Wow. Can we get up in there? See if I can get the camera up in the... You guys see anything up there? I think it's all glassed in. Wow, and there's your linkage up to the tender. It's amazing. It's like a foot thick steel bar going through there. And here's another switcher engine here. And then these are, God, these drive wheels are as tall as me. I mean, look at this. And guys, we haven't even gotten to the good stuff. I mean, this is just the outside yard. This is the stuff that they're willing for it to weather and weather down and break down over time. The inside's got all the goodies. This is a standpipe for filling up your tender through like a water pump system instead of having like a water tower. What you do, you swing this arm overhead, and then your fireman or whatnot would pull on this lever, releasing the water from there, and then it'll come out of this pipe here, right into your tender. So this probably was located on property at one time. They just dumped it here. But it's all the parts. Like there's the valve right there to turn off the water. Amazing. Amazing. If you stand this thing up, it's probably, I don't know, like almost 15 feet high or so. It's probably insanely tall, warmed up.
More behind this, it looks like. Right behind it.
Yeah, there are these two coaches here.
Looks like there's a set of tracks right there.
Yeah, there is a set of tracks. We can check that out really quick. And these are all Pullman, classic Pullman cars here. Front. There's a front. So this might be a motorized car then.
Yeah, one time.
No, I mean, yeah, this may have been motorized because it says front.
A whole nother row.
Oh, we have a whole nother row of passenger cars here. So this car is greened out. So it might have been a service car. Military service car here. Yeah, look at that. That took some time. Oh, someone wrote skill. That's funny. There's another Pennsy logo there, 643. Another Pennsy. Look at this. Pullman logo, like wearing off. So this would have been like,
It has the name.
Yeah.
Waters.
yeah, you can barely read it.
Emerald Waters.
Emerald Waters. And so this might be someone's YouTube, but this took a while to see our Bandit. It's a Conrail. So yeah, that makes sense. If it's a YouTube channel, that's pretty cool. There's an Amtrak logo there. So this might be like the rail. This is the road name headquarters here. Wow. I give him credit, but that's kind of a fail for Reading.
They tried.
They tried. I give them that. I don't have that much time to do that. Oh wow, yeah. So I'm glad we came back here. Look at this thing.
What is that?
So this looks like a ballast spreader or some type of tamper.
I think you've been doing it with paintbrushes. All this.
Yeah, I've been doing this with paintbrushes. I just need one of these, guys. Paintbrushes and bottles of glue and the help of our cat to try to eat the ballast and all that. Yeah. So this thing looks like, I want to say it's something to do with ballasting the track. You have either an air tank or an oil tank there.
Unless it's an emergency, like this is their AAA.
No, I wish it said it on it.
Oh wow.
So
It's all wood.
really cool. Yeah, this is a really old wooden refrigerator car. It's a reefer. And usually they made these out of wood for insulation.
I'm glad I noticed this.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thanks, Nikki. Wow. It looks like they just spray painted the hardware on here just to try to save it. But I'm sure in here it's roached. I mean, all roached out.
I'm sure it was dry rotted.
Yeah. And here's another working car here. Probably related to that spreader. If you guys know what any of this stuff is, please let me know in comments or send me a mail. Figure this stuff out.
We're not opposed to being educated.
Nah, yeah, it's all about learning. It's all about sharing and learning. Western Maryland? Yeah, Western Maryland. Look at that. So they got one from Western Maryland, they have one for B&O. Which is awesome. Jordan spreader. So yeah, it's some type of spreader. I'm assuming ballast. And look, you can even, there's like notches here too. They could move these plates around. Amazing piece of machinery. Here, I'll show you guys a look of the inside. Look at that. And I'm assuming this is hydraulic because of the two tanks sitting there. But I could be wrong, it might be pneumatic, but there are a lot of lines in there. It's probably like hand-turn hydraulics.
It tells you even how the wheels were made and everything.
Yeah. So the B&O made a lot of their own cars, actually at the car shop, right behind this little switch here. And then they also made a lot of their own engines, which unfortunately the engine shed burned down, but they actually used it, I believe, as a police training ground for horses. It's called the Oriole.
Yeah, we
Look at
saw
that.
the other side of that one.
Yeah. So there's two of them. Oh yeah, then there's the other side of the Freedom Train. So we got everything. Now, I just want to get a quick look at the Alco engine before we go inside to the museum.
There's also the two over there that we didn't see before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some other stuff out in this yard I want to show you guys. All right, guys, here's a Western Maryland Alco.
It doesn't have front.
Yeah, it does not have front. I'm assuming that was the front, but it's sometimes hard to tell. Sometimes they get like a reverse cab, and it's radio equipped, which the antenna is not on top. Usually it looks like a wheel. Looks kind of weird.
I'm sure it's not as old as it looks. Because it looks pretty old.
I'd say 40s, late 40s.
The one, this yellow one here,
Yeah,
I also think it's yellow.
yeah. I mean, both very different engines. But yeah, this I believe I've seen this working in videos before. They used to run it as the excursion train for the NCR Railroad with B&ORR cars. I think that's where some of these came from originally. So I think they used to run this and then the other Alco Streamline engine for like Capital Limited style B&O up there. I think the BL2, Western Maryland BL2 that they have, the Ugly Duckling, is here somewhere. I'm gonna find it. Nikki pointed this out to me. It's actually a Patapsco and Back Rivers switcher diesel here. And this would have been used around Bethlehem Steel and in Baltimore, that side of Bethlehem Steel. Yeah, Baltimore County, not the Bethlehem Steel out in Pittsburgh. But this is really cool to see. Unfortunately, it's been shot up. Maybe someone's just doing some practice rounds there. But yeah, I actually have a car I ran the other day. It says Patapsco and Back Rivers, so this would have gone with that set, possibly way back when. So we're gonna walk around and show you guys some other stuff that we missed because people were parking in front. We'll just give them some privacy. And then we're gonna go inside the Roundhouse and do that. So guys, this is the distance shot from the Roundhouse. And to the left of it, that's actually the Mount Clare station, that little brick building. Yeah, it's actually hard to see because everything's brick. The Roundhouse was built in the 1880s and it actually collapsed in 2003. So where you see the brick going into the roof, the angled roof, all the way up to the spire with the flag, that has all been replaced or refurbished due to the cave-in. And the cave-in actually destroyed millions of dollars worth of railroad equipment and engines from dating all the way back to the Civil War to the start of the railroad here in Baltimore. So just very interesting. I'll actually show you guys on the inside of where they had to repair and where they ended repairs. So guys, I saw this tanker before. We're actually walking back, but this was built, according to this, 5/1923. So this thing is almost 100 years old. Give it 2 more years.
Pretty good shape for being almost 100.
Yeah, it definitely took a lot of care of this thing. And it was kind of a giveaway that it's older. It has the hot boxes on the trucks there. So, yeah, those are all bolted shut as well. Which those became eventually outlawed on Class 1 railroads because of fires. The material inside would heat up and catch on fire, and then your trucks would lock up and all kinds of stuff would happen. So, I wanted to show you guys this. This is awesome, this auto transport or trailer transport. And it's very similar to the same ones we have today. Except now I think they just do mostly container shipping. This is just really cool to see.
Those tires have been weathered.
Yeah, these tires are old. They have not been on the road for a while. And then behind it is a classic B&O bay window caboose that you can actually go into some of their cars here in Cabooses. Oh yeah, we will. Look at that. I'll give you guys a view of the front. And I usually call these like safety cabooses. Wow. And on the front here, you actually have your release, you can do everything from standing on back of the caboose. You actually pull off, turn off your air. You can decouple the pin from here as well. So usually I like calling these safety cabooses because of that. And there's probably a radio in there as well. And then in front of us is the Mount Clare station. So that's the original station from the early part of the 19th century. Then after that, they built the roundhouse that sits in front of you. That is the B&O logo right there. So we're gonna go through all this. I hope they have the car shop open, and I already hear Christmas music, so Santa is in town today.
Maybe we'll see Sugar Cube.
Yeah, Sugar Cube is a little Domino Plymouth. Domino Sugar Company, so we'll see you guys on the inside. So in front of us, you actually have a couple sets of signals here. I believe the one on the left is a Western Maryland signal. The one with the arm that moves is an old B&O signal. Then the one behind that appears to be a Pensy signal that uses the white light system. But to the right of that, it's actually a banjo signal. So I thought that was really cool. I saw that on entering the building. Already in here, they have a signal display to show you how these work, which is pretty cool. And then on top of that, on the wall, they actually have all the major road names in the United States, including class 1s and all that. I believe these are probably all class 1s at one time. Amazing. She's gonna be the flagger. All right, we're proceeding. This is a cool exhibit. You guys can do this on your own. All right, what is she saying there? She's waving. Apply the brakes. She's saying apply the brakes, we're gonna crash.
And then stop is this.
Are you telling me or? No, it's like this, across.
Mine's showing it. Oh, okay. I guess maybe you're standing like this.
No, pull it, like hold it like vertical. No, like a 45. And then wave it across your body like this. No, like a stiff arm. Yeah, that's.
On here it's showing it as this.
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on.
Then here's more.
Go back.
Oh God. Yeah, back up.
And then reduce speed.
Yeah, just stand there. So here's some railroads of our neighbors of the north and other places around the world. It's awesome. So we're gonna move on to the Roundhouse now and show you guys all the goodies that are in store for today. Guys, so we're in the Roundhouse now, and you can see how beautiful this is, just the architecture and the thought process through this. And from the 2003 snowstorm, according to an attendant here that spoke with us, I believe I came back in 2008 or 2010, they said from this part, from all the wood going all the way up to the spire, had to be replaced and restructured. So you can just see how big this roundhouse is, going all the way around. So they would have had to replace all this wood up, going up all the way up there and back down, which is amazing. So originally this was built in the 1880s as a car shop for passenger cars to be serviced. And this is actually one of the first primitive ways of the B&O traveled, just through horse and buggy here.
Horsepower.
One horsepower right here. But yeah, they would get to Ellicott City from a 13-mile stretch of track, and eventually that would have led to the ingenious invention of the steam power, which is over here, these awesome looking coaches. I mean, would you guys want to sit up there? Or you can sit here. So either got a balcony seat while this thing's shaking, or you can sit here. And we're gonna spin around and show you guys some of the other engines here. So it's a very primitive looking engine here. Wow. The Lafayette. You guys can pause it and read these signs if you can see that close. The writing is really small. We're gonna keep it moving. Yeah, last we were here, someone was painting one of the engine fronts. It was pretty cool. She was doing a great job. I thought it looked nice. It's probably very expensive, but she was here all day, and it looked like she started before. But yeah, I believe these are Civil War era holding for. I think someone told us they were for munitions at one point. Yeah, it's just insane. I mean, look at this. It's called the John Hancock steam engine. Look at that. It's very primitive design. It worked. I'm not sure how efficient it is, but see, here's your water tank, and then there's your boiler, vertical boiler. Wow. A lot of early English steam engines would keep the water near the boiler to keep the water warm to increase efficiency. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. It's just a rubble hoppers there. Wow. So we're now into the Civil War side. I don't know if they still have a lot of their Civil War-esque engines here, but B&O number 57. Look at that. The Memnon. It's an 080. Wow. It's decorated for Christmas. Yeah, the mannequin still scared me.
It scared me too.
Like, it's
I
like,
rounded the corner, I thought it was a person.
oh no. There's actually a Civil War picture here of them destroying rail lines. And I think they said before they would melt them. They would light a fire under it using powders and all kinds of stuff and melt the line to get this effect here. Which had to be very hot. It's a steel, well, I don't know if it's a steel, it's probably just an iron rail at that point, because the steel process wasn't really perfected. Alright, looks like we're about to go in the Civil War era passenger car, at least get a look inside. Check for the lid. Alright, so we're going to go up here to get a look. And this is just the design looks amazing. And there's a spittoon. Look at that. I'll zoom through. Wow. That's beautiful. And all the pinstriping and just the detail. Now, they did lose a couple of these during that snowstorm. This one might actually be a fixed one or refurbished. Guys, we actually still have the Civil War engines here. And the mannequin on my left scared the crap out of me because I thought it was a real person, and I actually redid the shot twice. And I also noted this barrier here. So, yeah. We got our... Wow. It looks like we have to go out and back. Yeah. All these are ready for Christmas. So this one looks restored. And same with the number 305.
About right here where the snow hit, right?
Well, I think from about 3/4 of this was down, and then it eventually fell down. And then I think we got 3 more feet of snow, or 2 more feet of snow, after it collapsed. This is definitely one of the ones that were restored. And the interesting thing about this, I mean, this is beautiful as well. I mean, look at the artwork. Wow. And this is all wood too. All of this is wood except the outer frame here. This is all wood here. Amazing. This engine's very peculiar because the cab is located on top of your drive wheels. And it looks like your firebox is here. So someone would have to shovel or place wood here. And then your boiler, you're sitting on top of the boiler. I can't imagine that.
Be nice and warm.
Yeah, too bad the, you know, if you're driving this thing in the summertime, you're gonna fry up. And this one's actually all wood. It's all ready for, oh yeah, look. They put a garland strand there. It's ready for Christmas. Right in that gully. Riding on Christmas. So this one's actually very old. This is called like a Lincoln pin. So you'd pull these up to couple your cars together before the knuckle coupler was invented. Oh guys, it's another mannequin surprise. So these both, I just saw this one too. It just scared the crap out of me again. But yeah, they're driving this steam engine here. This one looks recently restored or painted as well.
Just based on some of the metal slabs.
Yeah, this stuff looks definitely newer. I don't know if it was like this last time we were here. I think it was just painted over, slabbed over. All right, we're gonna move on. So they are doing a social distance Santa photo. This is pretty cool. Here's the front of the locomotive here. And there's an old school signal. Wow. I've never seen one of those before. Look at this. It's some type of like floating signal. I guess your lamp is lit up there and alright guys, here's that classic B&ORR red caboose right here. I'm sure you guys have seen it a million times on like train gardens. And then behind that is actually this little another mannequin. Scared me. Looks like he's delivering a message or something off the end of the train. So this one's always cool. It's actually electric powered. You can see the controls, how basic they are. So you got your brake wheel, and then your direction would be in this box here. It's not, the knobs are missing, so it's almost like a trolley. And your electric would be tethered up and sprung up there, going to the engine. That's your pantograph arm. Yeah, so where we're from, we see a lot of these. It's not an Amish buggy. And then these engines are very interesting. This actually looks like a Camelback engine, possibly. I don't remember seeing this last time I was here. I think it's been here for a while, but it looks like a Camelback. And a Camelback is basically your engineer and fireman are up here, or your engineer and brakeman would be up here, and your fireman's there shoveling coal. So you're also with the boiler. So I know a lot of guys used to complain that these are so hot and irritable, but yeah, it's definitely interesting to see this here. So this is actually a traditional New Jersey Camelback. So New Jersey Central. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, they're actually very well known for only using Camelbacks for a while in certain areas. So this is really cool to see. Then on the right here, it's actually, I think it's a Shay. It's a Shay engine.
Oh wow.
So the other side's unfortunately covered up with the merry-go-round there. So on the Camelback, I actually noticed it has a water scoop here. And they'd actually have a trough in the middle of the track, and the water would shoot up over into the tender here, filling it up so they didn't have to stop. The Pennsy was known for doing this as well. I'm not sure if the B&O had them, but they actually have a whole exhibit at the Pennsylvania Museum on how those would work. But here's the other side of the Camelback. It's just amazing. And on my left is actually a Royal Blue Line, New York, what's it say? New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington. And this is like the most luxurious.
It's very Victorian.
Yeah, that's when I believe that's when they started it. Yeah, look, there's a seal of Maryland. So it's all hand painted on there.
Like the doors.
Even that's very ornate.
The doors are kind of
Yeah, the doors are very, very special. Look at this. Wow. It almost doesn't look American. It almost looks like it's European. I think you can see down. Oh, wow. So you can't see through the door, but the door is curved.
But we do get to walk this platform.
Ooh. So there is a platform you can look at the window. Look through the window. All right, guys, so this is the Royal Blue. They actually have a platform you can see the inside. You can also see me and her walking up here. Gorgeous cars. I mean, the shades pull down on this, but you actually have a rack up there for your stuff.
Like the Strasbourg cars.
They are, except these seats are more luxurious. This is awesome. And the green, apparently the green was a very desired color for that time period. So we're now inside like a C&O combo car. And unfortunately this car does present a dark time in history when certain laws were in effect. So this is a segregated car. Unfortunately this did happen in railroading as well. But you can see this is the other section of the car. It's not as fancy, not as many amenities compared to this rear car here. Has bigger seats. I've actually heard someone said that they would overcrowd this section of a car. It's very sad, but it does exist in history.
Maryland. This is a Dynamometer.
So this is a MAPA car. I'm glad she pointed that out. So Nikki just found that out. It's a MAPA, Maryland, Pennsylvania. And this is a baggage mail car combo. Look at this.
That's crazy.
Now, in Maryland, Pennsylvania, you can find some remnants, usually in Harford County, Maryland, but it's very hard to find stuff because a lot of the stations and such have been torn down. You can just see all the old school wiring. Is this the bathroom? Yes, they have a bathroom here. And here's the sink would fold to go into there. So guys, this engine, I think it's B&O engine number 1. You can actually go inside and mess with the controls, which we'll be doing in a second.
Going back in
Well, we can either go on the steam engine.
we can do both.
Well, I'll go on the steam engine while we can. Wow. So it's actually a very simple engine. To some of my understanding. But we're hauling. Here we go. The whole floor is shaking. I didn't do it. Goodbye, Nikki. All right.
Found a bathroom.
What? That is a bathroom or a privy or something. That's a latrine. That sucks. So on the other side of this wall is where we just were for the mail. And it looks like the mail guy's got an actual bathroom. These guys just got a hole in the floor. So, wow, that's spooky. It's like Frankenstein right there.
This whole thing was a little spooky.
Yeah, it's an old car. I mean, MAPA, you know, it's, look at this boiler. American radiator.
That's a timetable from 1925.
Yeah, old timetable. Well, this is also a mail car.
Baggage section.
Ah, well, you know what? This would have been maybe part of the mail distribution side, because there are mail bags hanging on the wall right there. We might have had the old school hook. Well, here's a diagram of it. Ah, here you go. So this would have had the carts in it for shipped mail, and then the other stuff would have been hooked out in the tracks. That's still pretty cool. And there's a sink. On the way out to check out the engine for the excursion train. And this car is actually meant for testing and for tunnels and such. And I'll show you guys, these arms are, or these fins sticking out here are graduated. almost like a compass plane, and these would end up sticking out so they could test for clearance for like tunnels, bridges, and other things. So really cool car. Also has a generator, looks like, for powering up maybe other coaches for the workers.
It's a good thing I can tell the difference because it doesn't have a front.
Yeah, this is not powered. You can see there it's all graduated up to coincide with these fins here, and there's a platform up there. All right guys, we're on the way out. So here's a bay door, and the tracks actually are underneath this rug. So the door would open up and they could push a carriage car in here or a coach, and then put it on this giant roundhouse table here and push it to its desired section. So we actually saw a demonstration last year. I'm hoping we can find it. It's a Domino Sugar Plymouth that they acquired. Where is the engine? Yeah, we're gonna walk around here. Usually the engine's on this side, but maybe they moved it for, maybe it was too loud. So this is awesome. So if you guys are local to Baltimore or Maryland or DC, you guys would definitely recognize this. So this used to be in the yards where the MARC trains are serviced, or outside of the Fort McHenry Tunnel. And they brought it here a couple years ago. I'm not sure if this is like an original MARC engine or they painted it in this scheme for like a heritage type style contribution, but it's beautiful. I mean, why didn't our MARC train look like this?
I know, ours was huge.
This is awesome. Wow. Yeah, we went on one of the MARC trains to DC. Yes, look at this.
Fully enclosed speeder.
Yeah, this is climate controlled by breath only rail speeder. That's so cool. Yeah, usually they're like open or they're square. They don't have that curved nose on the front. And these guys would actually have to pick these up and move them. It's actually what these handles are for on the back. So you'd find a crossing and pick them up and switch them around. I think I see the engine that they're using, and it is way up here. Hey, this baggage car used to be in front of the stadium too. This MARC car here used to be in front of the Orioles at Camden Yards. There's another rail yard that is no longer with us today. All right, looks like they're using, looks like, oh yeah, look at that Western Maryland Caboose. Yeah, the sun's in my eyes, I couldn't see the logo on there. Wow. Yeah, this is a Caboose.
So why is it in the middle?
Nah, it's just here for storage. So guys, this is really cool. If you ever see these, this is a barcode reading system that they would use for classifying their cars or counting cars. They still use a similar thing. I know some railroads stopped using them because they could peel off pretty easy, but that's really cool to see. And it's also radio equipped. It's with the RC, then radio equipped there. All right. This looks like a GP unit. Yeah, what they're running is all the way down there. And I can't get a look at it, it's really sad. Guys, we came to a point, so it says caution, no visitors behind this point. So I guess that line's drawn right here. So I will stay right here. And it looks like what's pulling this train today is a CSX unit. And I can't even see the cab of it. It's right there, which is very unusual because usually they have like an old school GP40. Like the one engine behind it looks like a GP40 that's helping it out. I can also tell it's the engine they're going to use because it has some Christmas lights for the Reindeer Express. Yeah, that's a bay window Caboose right here in shot. So I might be able to catch the horn pulling out, but you guys can't really see anything, so that's kind of sad. And I don't want to. Yeah, I really don't want to break the rules here by going past this sign. Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're gonna walk around to the car shop now. It actually sounds like he's ready to pull out of the station. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, so let's see. And I also heard the brake lines fire up. There you go. That was a nice little horn. So I'm glad that engine moved because now we have some cool engines to photograph.
Well, exploding.
So across the street, we have Western Maryland 2705. And then next to that, there's a BL2 right there. You can't see the cab. It's actually, the red item there is a snowplow that's been destroyed for years. It looks like in front of me is looks like a DC-15, possibly. So we're gonna go to the car shop now. So I just saw this on the track. It looks like some type of rail, I don't know, like a buggy or maybe just to work on trains. You can scoot around the tracks. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this would have been all covered up with tracks way back when, going all the way up to the Roundhouse here. And then also to the left of the car shop. The car shop's like an L. You can't see past it, but it was all covered with tracks at one time. All right. So now we're in the old school car shop. And this is where they keep the big steam engines. I mean, look at this thing. So this was streamlined, I believe in the 1950s. And unfortunately, it only ran for a small time frame before diesels outed them, and then it was saved from going into scrap. So we actually have a classic streamline engine here. But here's the story of it. So you can see from the front. But as you can see from the poster, that this engine was streamlined. It's originally just a Hudson number 490. Here's the side of it. Wow. Amazing. And to my left, the engines just keep on getting bigger and bigger. I mean, these wheels are over 6 feet across. Look at this. Number 5300, the President Washington. Jeez. So we're gonna move on. I think you can go in some of these engines' cabs. I mean, look how high this thing is. Holy crap. There's the compressor.
Look how big the wheels are.
Yeah, they're
Taller than me.
way taller than me. There it is, President Washington. Now, unfortunately, these engines were left outside for a decent amount of time. But you can still go in them. We're actually gonna look inside one of these. And up top, you can actually see that the old tether system or crane system is still there to move heavy machinery. B&ORR 4500. Wow. Yeah. I think this is part of the Capital Limited. Yeah, look at this. It's a observation car. Look at that.
Fancy. They had a bar in it.
Yeah. Wow.
And lines.
And blinds. Very old.
So when you don't want to observe anything.
Yeah. And here's the end of it. Capital Limited. Look at that. Very famous engine and train. Gratitude. Wow. Now this used to be in the other part of the museum.
The First World War.
Wow. It's the First World War.
It was presented by the French National Railroads to the state of Maryland. gratitude for the help given to France by B&ORR.
So here we have engine number 1604, and this is called the Allegheny series or Allegheny engine. It is a 2666, which is huge. I mean, where she's standing up there, man, I don't even know how long this engine is, but you guys just see they have the compressors up front, which is always interesting. Wow. And there's a lubrication system there. Yeah, still walking nice and slow. So there's our first set of drive wheels here. We're coming up on the second set of pistons. There's your 266. God, just looking at how big this thing is. And we're coming up on the other set of 6, which we can't see. It's underneath our platform here. But we'll get a better look at the other side. Nikki's about to drive a train. Oh God, we're doomed. We're doomed. Oh, I'm ran. Oh wow, so it's actually a worm drive fed or auto fed coaling system here. And that would go underneath of us into there. And all this stuff is steam controlled. I don't know if it'd be considered pneumatics because it's steam powered, but you press this and this would shoot open. You left your injector on. We're flooding her out. So yeah, this thing works off of 260 PSI. That is insane. Oh, whistle. So maybe they took it out. It might be a hole in the wall where the string used to be, where your line. But wow, and look, you can actually crank this hood out from that over there.
Oh.
A lot of this stuff is pretty simple. Unless it's missing stuff, I mean, this looks pretty simple. I mean, it's a very large piece of machinery. Oh, here's your whistle here.
Oh.
So it might actually be, yeah, it's definitely steam powered, but it's a newer system.
This one has a bell and a whistle.
So the bell's gonna be automatic. So where's B? It's this is brake. This little guy here might be your bell. So here, let's get a seat in here. Oh, everyone look out. Nick's driving a train. And look, you get this beautiful little window to look out. Can you guys see out there? Let's see if a train's coming. I can't tell. So it looks like the steam whistle is here. Then everything else is powered off your air. Like this might be your bell. I'm not sure. We can't find the bell lever. But it's most likely automatically powered with air. This is just amazing. And here's your throttle. It's locked in place. And so is, where's my direction bar? Yeah, it's all welded in place. So this is just a quick look inside the 1604, and there's another engine to my right we're gonna go into as well. All right, guys, we're going into another engine. Do we know what number this is?
We'll find out.
It sounds like she's all steamed up and ready to go.
President Washington.
Oh, this is the Washington. Okay, cool. This one's definitely missing stuff. This probably sat outside for a while. You can just see where things used to go. Like all these connectors here. Wow. You can see inside the tender.
But they can, we can't.
We can't see it, so you guys are getting an exclusive look here. So wow. And look, we can actually see across to that CNO's cab. You can see the direction bar and the brake systems and the throttle. Look at that. Cool. We're gonna move on and see some other things. This one actually has the worm drive as well, so you guys don't have to sit here and shuffle coal. Jeez. That is some serious machinery there. Same with these old diesel engines. You guys actually can get a look what these look like here. And they have a mirror too, so you guys can see that. So this actually goes on to the other side of the car shop, but it's off limits, so they might be doing work or they keep other toys in there that we can't see. Here's another Jersey Central. Wow. You can actually see in here. I think they have one of these at the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum. It's just a little bit different.
Pretty.
Wow. Beautiful. Number 147. And guys, on my right, yes, look at that. There's 6 for the 2666. That is insane. I mean, this engine is huge. There's the other 6 here. I'm glad we can see this. This is really cool. Jeez. And then there's the other 6. And this is the number 600. Whoa. These wheels are really nice. Just the decoration on them. Look how everything has like pinstriping and design work on it. It's really cool. And let's see if we can get a look in there. And look how primitive that is compared to the 1604 or even other engines we've seen today. I mean, this is just so basic. Wow. And this looks fully restored. Yeah, look at even the tender.
Maybe it was one of the ones that got demolished in the
It might have been. It might have been one of the snowstorm. Oh wow. Hey guys, look, you can see the BL2. I'll let you guys take a look. See if I can do this. And there's the cab of the BL2. So this is interesting to see. It says Potomac Electrical Power. So this appears to be one of the thermal or thermos engines. And how these would work is that you would fill this up like a thermos and you would just go off the steam until you needed to be refilled again. Looks like it has a whistle, a direction bar, some type of brake lever, and that's pretty much it. And maybe air brakes, if you're lucky. Here, I'll give you guys another look at the cab. Just looks like this has all been restored or painted over. So what would happen is you guys would fill up steam either from here or somewhere else in the engine, because you're at a power company generating steam already. So they used it as a thermos. This is really cool. And it does have a generator on it too, right there, next to the, behind the whistle actually. And you also have these catwalk systems here. You could work on all different levels of the trains. And this looks like, I'll give you guys a look at the cab as well. And this looks like a Docksider engine, possibly. Definitely a tank engine. This is engine number 4, and this is a Docksider or tank engine, so works off the same principle as almost like an English engine. This would be filled up with water. This is your water tank here, surrounded by the boiler. And these are like little switch engines. Some put a handprint, but very simple engine. And I have a few of these in a Lionel model and Bethlehem steel, so really cool. Oh wow, there's our crane system here. It goes on top of these tracks up top. And this is Dynamometer car, DM number 1, Chesapeake and Ohio. And this is really cool. Wow. So this is actually just a readout system for quality control. And that guy was actually looking up here. Amazing. And this is kind of a custom built car. And railroads today still use certain things. I'm actually going back to the quarters here. It's very tight in here. And here's a bunk here. And then here's a crew quarters here. And bunks up top on each side. And I guess would roll or move over. Maybe they would go up into the ceiling. Yeah. So these would actually fold up into the ceiling to create space for eating quarters. And then if you go back even further, here's like a kitchen preparing area. I'm assuming this is the bathroom. It's actually locked. So, yeah, there's a prep area here. Maybe it's for like steaming food or refrigerator unit. Wow. And this is a treat to come back here. I mean, not a lot of museums have cars like this that are open. You can just go in, you're free to explore. And then there's the readout device there. Almost reminds me of like an old like lie detection test. But this train would pick up anomalies in the track, and you can test all kinds of things for speed and reliability. So, and now they actually have like cars like the geology car from, I believe Norfolk Southern has one. It's probably like the same principle it runs off of today. So, going in the war car. Wow. They're talking about rationing and all that stuff on the TV. Look at this, there's a bunk up here. Holy crap, lucky number 13, you're next to the door. There's an M1 rifle there. So we have some other cool things to check out, like this set of reefer cars here. And I actually saw one of these cryo trains a few months back while driving out for work. There's a whole train of them, so they still use them. I think this one was just given to the museum recently. So we'll go over there and check those out too. All right guys, here's an Illinois Central refrigerator car. And you can see like this is heavily insulated with wood, just like the one we saw out in the yard earlier. So we're going in, nice and warm in here. So you can see they used to rotate the air using fans. You can actually see how much smaller this is compared to like a normal car. You're losing about 6 inches on each side. That's like 8 inches on each side. And there's a rubber lining in here for insulation. Here's a more modern cryo train. So this uses CO2, compressed CO2, to create the refrigerant or the refrigerating effect. And this is a newer car. They actually still use these today. And we're going in here. It's actually nice and warm in here too. Wow. It's got a rubberized floor. And the insulation is much different. This is more modern. It's like a plastic. And it's crazy. It's actually a lot thinner. Just because of the inventions of plastics and such. So we're gonna go out here. We're almost done our tour for the day. We're actually gonna go through this, I believe this is a dining car here. All right, we're going in. Oh, wow.
WD-40 on the door.
Yeah, a little squeaky. Look at this. Now, Nikki likes China, so we're gonna have him, but she doesn't like blue, the classic B&O blue, but she does like the pink.
The pink depression.
Just looking at all the detail in this car, even the lighting. So, and I know this China is very collectible. I see it at train shows all the time. Just different forms of railroad China here. Wow. And here's a classic Baltimore and Ohio dinner set here. And they have the table set and ready to go. So it's very formal. It's a very formal setting. while you're rocking back and forth doing one of these,
You got your Deer Park water
Where?
on the table.
Oh wow, look. Deer Park, we're ready to go. Very luxurious with the Deer Park. Alright, so I'm assuming back here would be your kitchen and other facilities that we can't go to. It's roped off here. B&ORR Caboose, let's see what they got. They actually restored one of these that's now at the Electro-Motive City station. It's back and looking beautiful. So let's carefully come aboard here. Wow. So this is your typical caboose here. And they got like a train sound. And I still love putting cabooses on our trains. They almost look like they're naked without a caboose. I love the look of cabooses and their style. Oh, she's ready for lunch. Uh-oh. See
I
up
was gonna
here.
climb up there, but then I was like, no.
Nah, I'll be good. See the light. Yeah, just the basic caboose. So guys, here's a detailed model of actually how one of these engines were to work. And using a diesel electric system, there's the cab, lights up, so here's your, says main generator, DC and AC. So later on they would upgrade these to AC. Your air compressor system here. So this is awesome. Radiators or coolant system. 4,000 pound steam generator, which is all the way back there. And your 6-wheel trucks. Then here, where is it? There's your actual diesel engine up top. It's amazing. And these would need a steam generator to generate steam for the passenger cars and amenities located on the trains. There's actually some famous electric engines from the Pennsy and New York Central here. Classic GG1. And then just a bunch of other models. Very detailed models. So now we're going to go into the Mount Clare station side. I believe we're in the station right now. It's connected to the Roundhouse, but the station was built, I believe, in the later part of the 1820s. And let's see if we can actually get through here. So this is actually the part of the Mount Clare station here. And it looks like it's blocked off because there are some hands-on experiments or exhibits here. And look, you have insulators up top. We're showing you how the telegraph were to work and timetables. It's awesome. Hey guys, I want to thank you for joining us in this rail adventure here in the city of Baltimore at the Baltimore, Ohio Railroad Museum. So a little bit of a crazy trip, and we actually found out the engines down there aren't pulling out as normal for safety concerns for the engineers and boarding. So unfortunately we weren't able to show you guys a train pulling out. But again, thank you for joining us and hope to see you guys in future videos.